Good afternoon, and welcome to the Prism series conversation with Jocelyn and Love Belvin.
Yay! We're here.
Already, Khalees is here, Bourbon Street Bookers, Kim Rich.
Woohoo!
Woo, all right.
You
we
said
got
Kim who?
Kim Richards is here.
Not Rhonda, but Kim.
Yes, Kim Richards.
Okay, I don't see the name, Josh.
You don't see the
Mm-mm.
in the comments on the side?
Oh, okay. Well, let me open that up. I don't think I have that open.
Oh.
We have 19 watching though. We have 19
Mhm.
in the house. Okay, where
Hey
am I?
y'all. Hey, hey, hey.
Oh, I do see. I
Oh, you
see. I
like
do
my
see.
sailor? Can you see this? Telling it today. Say less. Say less. Yes.
Josh, is that AG? You know I'm the old lady.
Huh?
Is that AG?
I
A.
don't know.
You see? Do you see A? Is that
A,
AG?
if that's AG,
Yeah.
it might
Do you
be.
see? Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, I see. I see it. I just don't
Is
know.
that Dawn from Turks and Caicos? I don't think so. Dawn D. I don't think that's because I don't think Dawn's last name starts with a D.
I'm not
Okay.
sure.
All
But
right.
I liken this because sometimes we can't see the names on when we do it on Facebook. We just, it's just blank. So I'm loving
Okay.
this part. So um we're gonna jump right. Well, first of all, how are you? How was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was wonderful. Spent with family. Well, yeah, spent with all family. I was gonna say friends, but no, I spent it with all family. It was really, really good. It
Good.
was really good. I'm
Good.
waiting for my invitation for you to invite me down to Thanksgiving in Atlanta.
Okay, 2023. Set the calendar. Come on
I
down.
just hope I can be invited back because I just plan to put my feet up and eat and laugh and be loud.
That's the tomfoolery that goes on around here. Because there's definitely shenanigans going on around here.
Oh, well,
Yes,
good.
Ty is here. Ty is here. Tina.
Oh,
All right. She is the reason, one of the reasons. What did she say? This is the
yeah.
most what?
Polarizing. When she said that, I
Polarizing.
felt it now because I'm reading the reviews and I'm like, oh, she's right. But is it Ty or is it Tia?
Uh-uh.
Okay, you're gonna have to put it in the comments. Is it you're gonna have to spell it out the phonetic way, like Tia or Ty? I
Right. And well, there's Rhonda Richardson. That's who you was just
Oh,
asking
that's
for?
my girl Rhonda from New York.
Yes. All
Rhonda
right.
A.
Are we ready to just jump right on in this?
Yeah, yeah. Can
'Cause
I
we
say
I'm
something though
seeing
to get us kicked off? Who do you see, Jess?
I'm seeing 33 in the house already, and that's amazing.
Oh, well, good. Well, that's why you're the hostess with the mostest, because I ain't got no
Oh,
experience.
and somebody hit Tina. Somebody hit Tina because Tina was like,
Oh,
um,
I can hit Tina up.
she hit me up early this morning saying, "What time?"
Oh, she didn't even buy. Oh, you know what? Tina hit me yesterday. Let me. Okay.
Yeah, she hit me
All
up
right. Well,
yesterday.
I just hit her back. She's gonna have to yell at me later because she did. She hit me up twice yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Um. Okay. Oh, can I say this though, just to start off?
Absolutely.
So something
Absolutely.
unusual happened. I think this is like the second biggest blunder of my publishing career with when it comes down to publishing day. My
Mhm.
very first one was with Love Uncharted. And I uploaded it with all with in editor's mode. You know what that is, Josh. You know the feature in Word where you can track changes mode.
Mhm.
Tina says she can't type anything. I don't know why you can't type anything, T. Um, so I uploaded that version and I only had like by Love Uncharted, I may have had like 20 readers at the time. And one hit me with the reviews because of it. And that's when I had to learn whatever you publish, you have to eat because it's your fault, right? But
Mhm.
I still don't know what happened with the promise with those name titles, like the title images. I put them in myself. I can tell you what I was doing with it. Tina was hitting me, trying to make sure like I addressed everything she felt I should address because Tina read this 20 times. Tina was like, she came through in the clutch, like for real. And I don't know how I could. I mean, I've done it before because I think Allegra had hit me and said, Love, this is the wrong name tag. I even did it in once and when I with the Wayward Love series, but it was like over 60 95% of them were wrong. I can't tell you how I did it, but I can tell you I did it. And I apologize. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who reaches out. I think the first person was Marsha, my Caribbean sister reader. And then Tara hit me up like, love, but no one thought it would be so many. So I do apologize for that. And we did correct it right away. And if you don't know how to get the most updated version, just scroll down my social media pages or go to my blog or either go to my website, because we still have it up on a website in terms of how to download the correct title, the correct manuscript or the most updated manuscript.
Right. So it's Taya.
Oh, you were right, Joss. I was wrong.
Taya. What?
Taya. Yep, she said it. Yeah, I see it. Okay.
So I saw it. I think you and I were going back and forth when I saw it, and I said, "Is this supposed to be?" And that's when you told me what, how to,
what happened. Yeah.
Tell me what happened.
I was not drinking. I was not under the influence. I promise you that. I was so exhausted, but I wasn't even too exhausted to make that mistake so many times. I still don't know what happened, but it was on me. And even uploading, I don't know if you remember me telling you how, I use Vellum, and for some reason, Vellum would not allow me to just upload the entire manuscript, right? What we've been working on, like the manuscript. And so I had to put in each chapter in one at a time. That has never happened. I contacted Vellum. And Vellum, that's never happened to me before. So in fact, I need to go and see, because I don't want to get into the technical
have you done the update on Vellum?
I was just about to say, I just said I don't want to get into the technical stuff, because I was going to say I did the update as soon as I opened up the program. So I'm thinking I did a faulty update, something goofed in the program, but the whole name image thing was on me. That's not on Vellum. That Vellum cannot control that. That was on me. But it was just like, okay, here's Tina. Tina replied. She's waiting. Hey, T.
Yeah, and I'm letting mine know we're on YouTube, not in the group.
Oh, okay. We have 43 people in the house. You guys show up for me. Thank you. And also, you guys have been showing up for me with reviews too. I see that, like Taya said, it is polarizing the reviews because all 5 stars aren't shaded. And I don't really worry about that, so long as people are reviewing it, and also so long as people aren't telling me I did goofy things like put up the wrong name images. It's like things like that I can help.
It's one in there, and if she's on here, sorry, because I did report you. Sorry. Well,
I mean, but she may not be in our circle, but I think you're viewing it through the lens of her being in our circle, and and she could have, I'm easily accessible, but these people are not. Like I told you, Michael said, my publishing partner, guys, has been telling me for years, most of your readers are not following you anywhere. Like you're not in touch with most of them. So yeah, that's the risk you take when you're publishing and you do goofy things like me. I don't know how that happened, but anyway, to God be the glory. The book is done.
Where everybody makes mistakes. It is what it is, guys. Oh, you know what? I'm not even. This is what Love threw me off. See, supposed to have my little ticker going at the bottom.
I'm sorry.
No. All right. So Love got everyone's questions. She, not me, she narrowed them down. And so we're going to jump right in with you all's questions. If you have more, now, if you see me clicking around, it's because I'm going back and forth to the comments and to the questions. So we're going to start off with the first question.
Wait a minute, can I ask a question, Joss?
Uh-huh.
What if someone wants to join us? Like, what if someone wants to come live? Can't we do that?
Yeah, we have to send them the link.
A link? Okay. Where can I find the link? Because you're too busy doing other things. Where can I find the link? Is it my YouTube link? Duh.
No, that won't.
No, it's the stream. It's a stream
where it says invite.
Where it says invite, invite. Yep, I see it here. Okay, cool. So if someone,
you can send them the link privately. Don't send it to everybody, because then
send it to that person. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know how to send privately. I can put them in timeout. I can block them. We don't want to do that.
No, well, I mean, if it is, I can do it easy. Just let me know, because it has Messenger, email, and a Gmail.
Okay.
So once you click it, you'll see the copy. It'll show you the copy, and you can send it to them directly.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right.
Look at
Because I
somebody.
definitely want. I don't mind. Maisha's here too. I don't.
Is
I
she?
don't mind. Yeah. Shout out to Maisha. Thank you for coming, babe. I don't know how you're doing it, but I appreciate you. But it's with someone like Maisha. Like if they want to, if you got to just give them their voice, and it has to be live. So I just want to know how to invite them. Okay. So
I ain't ready to tussle with mine today. I'm not
I
ready to
know.
tussle with her
I
today.
know. Oh, Kim is here. Hey, Kim. My Kimmy.
Okay. You ready, love?
I'm ready. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead.
No.
No, because I
No.
keep stopping you. I'm gonna let's just let's get started with the questions, right?
All right. So the first one is, why do you think Ava chose to stay on as Jazz's assistant
So
when she was initially hired as an apprentice and should have been further along in her career
mhm.
than 3 years?
Yeah, she was definitely overqualified for that position. And when I first met Ava, actually I met Ava when I was penning Mercy. And that was a question I had, like, okay, if this is what you're going to do, why would you stay on? And Ava just gave me vibes of someone who is overqualified, and instead of having their own jam, they like to be a part of a already established, like, forceful type of jam. Like, and I think she was being paid well. She felt fulfilled, and I believe that's the reason why she just stayed on. She had her hands in so many pots. Things I'm sure she felt like, I have a handle on this. I can do this. I'm on a winning team. But that's all I can say. Hold up. What is this spamming going on?
That's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm blocking them.
Okay. Um, yeah, I that's the best answer I can give. Ava just like being busy, and it really didn't matter about the title with her. She was being paid very well. She had a wonderful lifestyle thanks to the Prism Built company, even though she was with Prism Built and its affiliates, including his baby's mama and their baby. But yeah, that's the best answer I can give, and I think that's a really good question.
Oh, my says Ava was weird. I don't think she was weird.
So let's ask Mai. Can we bring Mai on and ask Mai to explain why does she think she's weird? Because I think if she's talking about just being weird in terms of not being too ambitious and just wanting to, just being someone's executive assistant, I can assistant. I can understand that being weird, but
My says, ain't no way I'm going to school for 7 years
yeah,
to be an
see,
assistant.
yeah,
So, my, if you want to pop on, now you got to behave if you come on, my. Let us
Mai's gonna
know.
behave. She's gonna behave. Hey, Tara, Mai's gonna behave.
If she wants to come in, hit me, let me know, and I'll send you the link, my.
Yeah, Vicky is right. Ava was comfortable. She was busy. She was dealing with, like, I mean, she had a legitimate job. It's just it was all over the place, but it was a real job. And I'm sure she was being paid well.
Oh, wait. How did I do that? That wasn't what I was putting. I was putting
Miss
that one.
Elise. Ava thought Jazz was fine. She did. She thought he was a handsome guy, but I don't think she was checking for him like that. I don't think she had room to,
Mm-hmm.
when he was so clearly involved in a sharer's life. I don't think she had room to, unless she was weird, unless she was just, you know, she was stupid. But
Mm-hmm.
I felt her when she said that. I don't want a man who's so crazy about another woman. What could he give me?
Mm-hmm. Um,
Hey, Afi.
that's May. May, she got her name back. It's backwards. I think she said she thinks Ava was looking to grow within the company.
She was kind of top at the company, if you ask me. She knew about all the inner workings.
Right. I also think the issue is that people think executive assignments is a menial job,
Mhm.
but senior executive assistants at large corporations are
Corporations
paid
are
very
paid
well.
very well, and they're in the know, and they're over so many people, and they're considered elite. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wait, okay. Keep going, love. I'm trying to.
Bourbon Street Book, it says, if the pay is right, then what is the problem? That's my yaya. What is the problem? Perks too. Tina's right. And that's what I was trying to say. She flew to different countries. She flew all over the US. There were perks to that job, and flew privately often. So yeah.
Okay, Maya says she got like 10 minutes. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't think she had a lot of time.
Let me send this to her. Oh, Jesus. Um,
I think she was more than an assistant. Mocha, I agree. I believe Is that Shay Mocha? Is that backwards? But yeah, I agree. I agree. I think I would have fun in that job. No, not married, no kids. You know, look at her. She was able to go see Raj's show at this club. Got her friends in for free. It had perks, like Tina
Mm-hmm.
said.
Oh, there was this conversation about. I'll let Mai do it
Mm-mm.
because I said it was all a setup.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It was all a setup from the jump, but I don't believe that. Do we want to move on? I sent Mai the link,
Yeah.
so she should be trying to pop on in
Coming
this.
in. Okay, we can go on to the next question.
Okay.
Lashira said Ava had comfort without the stress. She had corporate lifestyle without all of the corporate BS. Yep, I agree with that too. I agree.
We kind of covered this though. Why did Ava come to work with Jazz initially when it appeared she was overqualified? Do you have other? Okay,
Plans
here's. Wait, before we go, let's just go ahead and just go through this.
my.
Hey,
So why is she weird, my Ava?
because okay, so first she was attracted to Jazz. So it's like I don't trust women like that. You're attracted to him, even if you say you don't want to chase him because he's in love with her. If he gives the green light, she's going for it. That's
No,
that's
but you know what? When she
that's
said
just
that, I think those were the feels she had when she first started working with Jazz. I don't think these were lingering feelings. I think she saw that from the very beginning because when she met Jazz, Ashir was already in the picture. So when she was talking about how of course, she thought he was an attractive guy. I don't think she's in that place currently. I think that was a phase she was into. She saw what it was and she moved on. You're not buying that.
she thought
Okay.
man was like it's like she was weird. Like she thought man was family. I think she just over. She wasn't on the same thinking level as he was. He is like admitting I just use you to make my baby mama jealous, and you think you
Uh-oh, she went out. I don't think he ever had that discussion with her though.
Do I have to block each one?
Burgles always win. Oh gosh.
I'm blocking them,
Okay.
but I feel like it's still. No, not timeout. You got to go, buddy. Okay. Can y'all still see them? Are they still?
119.
It's still. What time is it?
It's 119.
So they are.
Okay. Well, we can move on to the next question. I think this is what happens.
Okay, I finally got it. So it has to be the last one when we put somebody out.
Oh, okay.
Because I was hitting the other one, so it has to be the last one. So I finally got them out. Okay. I gotta go back to so back to this one, right? We answered that one already. Oh, why do we think? Do we answer this one already?
It was the last question about do I have plans for her? Oh no, this looks for a minute. Yeah.
Her career 3 years. Oh, so
That was the first one. So we answered that one. The second one, the second question of did you have other plans for her character? No, that Ava was just meant for that. And I like that. And I'm gonna tell you, because I feel like I talked behind the scenes, like to my people about this. I don't know if it was you, Jocelyn, or if it was Eurubia, or if it was CCJ, or was it Tina? Tina and I definitely had this conversation because when I met Ava and I was trying to figure out what was her role, like Ava to me at first was that chick that looked just someone articulated it perfectly, probably with the Black Girl podcast. She wasn't like Cynthia. She was that woman who can give Ashira some work, had the same degrees, fly girl, even like the same car. But the LBU have a problem with women believing that every woman who has a potential of being, I don't even know what to call it. It's not coming to me, but they just want to hate everybody that is in the periphery of the male client. And I'm thinking like, you guys are going to be shocked because Ava's not a threat. She's just not. She's not a threat. She's just someone who on the surface Ashira is sizing up. Like Ashira is saying, like, whoa, this is different for him because she's not dry like Cynthia and the other church girls. This girl can give me some work. That's all Ava was. She was just, and we're gonna find those women in life that can give you some work, that have a lot of your qualities too. They're not you though. They're not fully you, but definitely have your qualities. So Ava, I have no plans on revisiting Ava, and certainly not picking her up as a client. I mean, that may change in the future. I don't know, but that's not how I operate. As far as I'm concerned, I may not remember her name in 2 months. So
Y'all, I cannot. I am constantly blocking this nut, and it's not. It's like
I even blocked once.
That's well. Now we know why we usually are on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I'm sorry if I missed some of you all's comments. This is quick.
Kiana said that spammer had 2 different accounts. That's probably why he or she was elusive. Ava brought out Ashira's insecurities. Rhonda got it right. Rhonda be knowing. Her and Glenda.
Yep. Okay, so let's jump to the. So Love and I kind of chatted about this because I was like, I'm not going to scrunch up my face when I put this question up. I want to really know, did Jazz and Josie really have sex? If so, I guess they meant dicking her down. If so, did dick her down like he does she? Can I just say my opinion?
I was about to say, Jazz, this song, you got to answer.
I doubt it very seriously. Like, she would have been crazy. She would have been absolutely crazy. So I don't think so.
No, definitely not. I don't think they were exactly comfortable in that. I don't. No, my answer to that is no. I don't think their intimate life was anything like he had with Ashira. No.
Okay. Are there any other? I'm trying to weed through y'all's comments. Tara said, "Heck no."
Yeah, no, and honestly, that's not. If that's what they gave me and I felt it was, we would have heard about it. We would have certainly heard about it. But I that's not what I got. I don't think it was anything purposeful or anything like that. I don't think it was anything extravagant.
Okay. I haven't typed the next one in, but the next one is say the baby. I want you to say the baby's name for me correctly.
Siobhan,
but y'all still called her Shishi.
Shishi. What about it? I'm sorry. Yeah. Josh, where you go? All right. Let me see. So did Siobhan warm up to the fact that Ashira and Jazz were together? That would be the question Josh was working on. And my answer to that, okay, she's back. All right. Well, we kept rolling.
I ain't never had that happen before.
Yeah.
Did Siobhan warm up to the fact that Ashira and Jazz were together?
I believe she did. Jazz went right back out. I believe she did. I believe she absolutely did. She loved her mother. She just coming up, she just got accustomed to seeing them together. She got accustomed to seeing her father's energy different, less intimate with anyone else, and then her mom comes into play and she just didn't want that. Someone sent me a video via Facebook, an inbox, and I'm going to post it to my social media. It was a link to Instagram where this little toddler wailed her throat out because her mom and dad were embracing each other. And she said, "Is this Shishi?" I said, "That is absolutely Shishi." But Shishi will grow and develop. She's still young, only 4 years old. She will grow and develop and start to see her parents together more often. I guarantee you within a few weeks or a few months, Shishi was over it. That little Siobhan was over it.
I think at the end she showed that she was kind of she was cool with it when she was polishing her nails and all of that kind of stuff.
And her father was at her mom's feet. Yeah, she just like she got it in her head that they were separate entities. she'll quickly understand that they're not, you know. So I do
Mhm.
believe she'll accept it. Yeah.
Okay. Do you believe Ashira lost herself in her pursuit of reconciling with Jazz, and do you believe he controlled all the terms of their relationship?
Um, I do believe she lost herself. I believe she lost herself in her anger. No one can control us. We can only control our own actions. You know, there may be some manipulative traps put out there, but Ashira was not a helpless. She was not helpless by any stretch. Ashira had a lot of resources herself. She could function financially without Jazz. Um, I I do believe she lost herself similar to her mom, and in her resentment for Jazz. And there were a lot, like I said to Black Girl Podcast, I think there were a lot of casualties because of that. Um, and Jazz being controlling, I heard that a lot. And I guess that's valid. Jazz is controlling, but when we say things like that, I think it implies that Ashira was helpless, and Ashira was not helpless. And I think because what we did not see, because I only had a certain amount of time, you know, in the book, a certain amount of space to write. What we didn't see was when they were together before Jazz decided to withdraw from her, right? How Ashira was, they were in love, they were in love too, but she was still angry, she was still frustrated. So they had their flow then, like they were fine. So I don't think it was just all of these years he manipulated her. I think the Ava thing was manipulative. He knew, he sensed that, you know, that would needle Ashira, so he kept her wrong. And like, just like Ashira knew that he hated that Jazz hated Sergio, and her thing was, I'm gonna show him. He thinks he gonna, you know, he thinks that he, you know, he I don't know what to say for the lack of a better term, but control me. You know, I have this baby. I didn't want this baby. You know, he took my father's company, blah, 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 blah. I know this is going to piss him off. So I'm going to hire Sergio. That was what they both did. So, but in terms of being a big bet, he was manipulative in his own little way. But was Jazz the worst kind, or was he? No, I think it was just one of his imperfections, but it was minor.
Mai says she disagrees with you. He
Yeah.
controlled the narrative.
Yeah, I know she would. I know she would.
She told me nice hoodie too. Thank you. Say less. Thank you. And they're on sale today, right, love? Aren't they?
35% off. I
35%
ordered
off.
myself 3
Get you a
today.
say less.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. I'm trying to go through the comments too, y'all, before we
Yeah,
go back.
Ty said exactly. I want the she tribe to understand that she actually had more control over him. Thank you. She actually held the power, just like Balan said about Sadiq. She actually held the power. She never wanted to, wait a minute, she never wanted to mess with anyone else. So she allowed him to quote unquote control her. I couldn't agree more.
Mhm. Um,
It's
Robert P.
Josie.
Booker says, I feel like some readers began giving their own narrative outside of what is written, creating a greater division, so many assumptions.
That happens project after project. But I think it's cool because we have some type of meat to create our own. You know what I'm saying? So you got to take the good with the bad. But that's very true.
Um,
Moni, what did Moni say, Josh?
where is
Was
it?
Josie really a contender to be wifey, or was he just using her? No, they never dated. So she was never a contender. They never dated. And not just because Jazz wasn't interested in her that way. She wasn't interested in Jazz like that either. Once she realized he had a Shira, and a Shira was the apple of his eye. Like, she was the center of his universe. So no, she was never a contender.
What do you think about this comment? He controlled the narrative some. He allowed her to explore her dreams and then used Josie to put her back in.
I don't think that's true at all.
I don't
I
think
don't think he allowed her to explore her dreams. As was going to do it anyway. I think he supported her by the type of parenting partner he was. That wasn't He didn't allow her to explore her dreams. He encouraged her before they had Siobhan, before Siobhan was even conceived, and then he supported her once she was, and then used Josie to pull her back in. I don't think I think I do, and I was hitting over to this in the public discussion last Sunday. I do believe with Josie, in earnest, he was trying to break free of the hold he felt that relationship with the Shira had on him. But I do believe he started sensing that Ashira was jealous with Josie. But towards the end, and I want to make this clear because I feel like there were some misconceptions when I read the reviews. Towards the end, when Ashira said to him, I'm going to give you the option of us. I'm going to be patient with you. You have that promise from me. I understand now. I'm not competing with Josie. Who I'm competing with is myself, my reputation from how I moved in the past. So I'm going to wait until you decide me. When he didn't let Josie go, at that point, it wasn't to make Ashira jealous. At that point, he had to decide if he can trust Ashira to be what she was now presenting she was. Does that make sense, Josh? Like at
Yes.
that point, I don't think he was playing Josie or Ashira. I think he simply didn't want to hit the stop button on Josie because he didn't want he needed something different. He needed who Ashira was promising to be. I don't think he was going between the two. We definitely know he wasn't intimate with both of them, but I don't think he was playing them both. I think his heart was with Ashira. I think he needed to feel comfortable trusting Ashira, which is why he held on to Josie a little longer. But it wasn't going to work at the end anyway. So he was on a time.
No, now this is where it gets tricky for women because when men don't just outright say. So like here it says, I felt Josie wanted more. At one point, she referred to Jazz as her boyfriend. She also hinted that she wanted to be a wife, and he said he was meant to be a husband. Seems what she did.
Oh, did I answer her question wrong? Did I misunderstand her question? Because I thought we were talking about Ava.
She's talking about Josie.
That was my fault, Moni. That was Moni, right?
Yeah. So when she called him her boyfriend, when reading it, Jazz says, oh, okay. When did that happen? Basically, like in his head, but he didn't say it to her. He didn't correct her as to, nah, we ain't there yet.
Zakia had a problem with that. My editor Zakia had a problem with that. Yeah, he did. He definitely was not assertive in saying, okay, we're just friends. First of all, Moni, I'm sorry. When you asked that question, I read Ava. I did not read Josie. You see how insignificant they are? I'm confusing them. Josie did want more. Josie definitely, they had their private conversations with Jazz, would talk about what his end game was to have a wife, whatever. He just wasn't putting that pressure on her. So yes, you're absolutely right. Was she a true contender with Ashira? No, because I think at first, because he wasn't going into this looking to marry her, right? He was just going into it trying to date, just trying to be loose of the tentacles that relationship with Ashira had him on. So I think when he was dating her, he just wanted to just have a good time. It wasn't even like the intimacy wasn't even anticipated. It was just a natural progression because she wanted him, and he's just like, oh, okay. But I don't think he ever viewed her to marry her. I don't think that was the case. He even said that, like, he had to get off that, like trying to do this impossible search for a wife. Like his thing was, I just need to live, and I need to live stress-free of wanting Ashira.
Rocky, what comment? Because I'm drawing a blank. No, Ma, we can't block BSB, and thank you. I thank you. I appreciate. I saw your comment. I just want to. No, we can't block BSB, so we can't block you. Rocky, maybe I'm thinking Jazz was more calculated than he really was, especially with that comment.
With that comment at the end. Yes, I think, like I said a few minutes ago, when he started dating Josie and he started to see initially how Ashira responded to that, I think that was a little bit of manipulation. I think he saw it, and I think he was just like, okay, twisting the knife.
Now, this whole narrative, let me just say this because I'm going to say it again next week. I don't hate she. I never said that. What I said was, in the beginning, he didn't owe her anything. That I've always said he didn't owe her. When she approached him in the cafe and he laughed at her. Was that right? No, it wasn't right. But he didn't owe her anything. He didn't owe her my full name. I don't even know you, blah, 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 blah. Later on, do I agree with a lot of things that Jazz did? Absolutely not. Like, nigga, did you really leave me in the car and go beat up Austin? Ask Austin, right? Yeah, Austin. And you left me in the car, like, looking at the menu for
45 minutes.
No. So let me just say that. So Ayana is gonna go in. That's my brother, and he had me hot as fish grease when she allowed him to dirty her up in the alley behind the
Is
club
that?
and date with
Oh
Josie.
yeah, that is. That's not
That's
Allegra. That's
Ayana.
Yaya.
That's
Mm-hmm.
Ayana because Allegra
Mm-hmm.
is in here too under her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, stuff happens. I
Who's
mean,
Bozo the clown? Bozo's about to get blocked talking about some boring. What's boring, Bozo?
who is that? Where you see
I
that?
don't. Um,
Did you block him or you? I got
I'm
it.
a, I'm I'm
Oh, I
about
meant to
to.
block you, not put it up. Wait, where's? I need to.
Oh, I did that. You didn't do that.
Okay.
But do you see him?
Yeah, but I think I got it. Gone.
Okay.
What in the name of names? Okay, so love, this is not a question on here. At least I don't think it is. But
Mm-hmm.
you gotta, and I feel silly. I really do feel silly when I ask this question.
Mm-hmm.
Or Allegra has answer to this one.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get to that, so I'm at number 6. Why was Ashira upset about Jazz acquiring her dad's company when it's guaranteed to remain in their family because of the daughter they have together?
She wasn't thinking that far out. She was thinking about the fact that this nigga ain't even tell me his name and tell me he
And
owed this house. So she wasn't thinking
right,
into the future with it. She didn't even know what the future meant in terms of a child with him. Her thing was everything about him. You know, CCJ, I adapted the same from her years ago when we first met. And I don't want to get petty, even though Josh likes when I get petty because I don't like to get petty. She said, I'm your petty partner. No, Jocelyn, we're not petty. We're not. Josh said, I'm your petty partner. Anyway, so CCJ and I had a no, I'm not gonna go there. I'll talk to Josh about it behind the scenes. But what the phrase she used was bitch eating crackers. And I was like, what does that mean, babe? She said, when you are just so fed up with someone, they annoy you to no end. They can just be eating crackers, minding their business. You're like, look at that bitch over there eating crackers.
mm,
So I think that's what Ashira felt with when she found out there was another rug pull from beneath her feet about the company. So she wasn't thinking that far down the line. She didn't know what type of partners they were going to be. She didn't even know what type of father Jazz would be. She didn't know what type of mother she would be, I'm sure. But her thing was, you stole from me. So
mm,
it is as irrational as it may seem to us now because we're 4 years later with them. At that time, she was just like, this nigga, like it's just always something.
right. So before I get to number 7, because it's a juggy question, let me
Mm-hmm.
see. Um, why you marry Josh Renee off? And this is why I say it feels weird because at first I was like, no, she did not. You know, use me. And I know it's not me, but Tina even made me
It's a
laugh.
lot of your likeness, though. A lot of your likeness. And you know why? And I will, after saying that, I will answer your question. Jocelyn is not her flow. She has no future with Juggie. I don't know how they how they intersected, but I just could not see Joss, like how Ashira told us at the end of book 2 when she finally met Joss and how she's into, literature and she's a teacher and she's this high maintenance woman. Would Juggie have really given Joss? I mean, we don't know Joss. Be honest with you, we don't know Joss Renee. Maybe Joss Renee likes that ratchetness, but from how Ashira described Joss Renee, I just don't see her ever having a happily ever after because Juggie is still gonna be Juggie. He's gonna always be Juggie. So there was no way I could see those two together.
So you know how when I first thought I was like, no, she didn't. Because I hadn't got to that part first in the book. Somebody was in my inbox
Right.
and was
I
like,
know, yeah.
so you and Juggy. And I was like, wait, what? And Yana and Allegra kept saying, oh, when you get to a certain point, I know you're gonna hit me up, or something like that. So
I
I was like,
remember.
okay,
I
what?
remember because you were
What?
saying, "Love, don't tell me," but I just want you to know they're telling me. Da, 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 da. And I was like, "Okay, Josh, okay." And I'm, I didn't know what
So,
to say. I'm like, "Okay."
so the question is, what prompted Juggy's illness? This is
Oh,
Allegra's
that's a good
take on what
question.
prompted
Yeah,
his illness.
I don't know, but I'm glad Allegra asked that question.
No, this is her comment. Allegra
Oh,
says
oh,
Juggy
oh,
was sick with a broken heart, and he had to get the spirits
to put
put
him
him
back
back together,
together,
fooling
fooling
around
around
with.
with. Oh, that sounds like karma. She said karma struck her.
Oh well. Who? I no, we're not. Listen to me. No, we're not.
What's Josh's husband's name? Rakim. What was his name?
I think Rakim something.
Was it
Yeah.
Rakim?
Uh
Oh,
huh.
what if Josh leaves him for Juggie? I don't
Oh
know.
my.
I just don't see them. I don't see it happily ever after for
So they want
bougie
to know
Jocelyn.
what. Let me take this down. But you see how weird that is? Like at first I was like, and the way Love described him, that ain't me. Y'all tripping. No. Then when she's married to somebody else, I was like, am I in my feelings behind this? Like,
Right.
because they've been teasing me, and Tara is the number one,
You
Justin
know,
Juggie
I
fan.
wondered when Tina finally started, because Tina got moved up in the editing process. Usually she's the cleaner, but this time she was able to kind of help herself out, to clean up before she did the final read. And I often wondered, I never asked her this, Tina, when you read that first scene, wasn't it the first scene with Josh Renee? Wasn't that the first scene of book 3? I'm wondering, did she laugh? I
She
wonder.
did because she said she told me, she told me, and she said every time she cusses or something.
Yes, she has you in her head. She can't think about it. But because she was in such work mode, she did. That's one thing she did not bring up. But I wonder, that was the very first thing she opens up the manuscript and read, and I wonder what was her reaction to that. Or maybe she wasn't. Maybe she was just in editor mode. Maybe she wasn't even in, like, she wasn't even thinking about the quality of the story so much as she was thinking about the technical aspect of the writing. I don't know, but I often wonder, what did Tina laugh when she read how the
You
book
know,
opened?
Tara ain't, you know what? That's all I'm gonna say. Tara,
She's probably gonna creep with him every
I
now and then, but stay with Rakim. I wonder, Tara. I wonder.
well, that's where we differ for real. So, part two of Juggie's question is, what was actually wrong with
Wrong
Juggie?
with him.
Symptoms
Okay.
sound like lupus, and I understand mythicism, but what the healing of what? But what was the healing of it?
Yeah. So when I thought Allegra asked that question, I said, "Oh, it's funny that you asked that question." But yeah, I remember this. I don't know what Juggie was sick with. When I knew in book 2 something was gonna hit Juggie. I was trying to figure out what it was. I even have and I talked about this in my earlier publishing days, but I have a friend, a family friend who's younger than me, and she's a medical doctor. And I talked to her about the different symptoms, and she said, "Well, here are your options." None of them really felt right. And I
Mm.
honestly didn't think it mattered for the story. I just knew this man could have died. And I was just like, is he gonna die? Like, is that what we're doing here?
I think I probably would have started crying.
Yeah, I think I would have too, Jocelyn. Like, and I was like, is that what I'm really just trying to figure all of this stuff out. And it's in terms of mythicism, if that's a word, I like it. I'll take it.
Tina
I
said,
was,
yep.
yeah, she's Tina's crazy. What happened was I watched the Netflix special. Crap, it was about Black women in our culture, what our mothers taught us or something like that. Maybe you guys have heard it, but there was this one. I don't know what, Josh, you can help me out with this. What do you call people from New Orleans? New Orleans, but they call them something else. But this woman was like steep in her culture, and she talked about the ancestors. She talked about how you feed them. She talked about um did she talk about healing agents? But I was fascinated. I was all for it because I'm Southern. Like, my ancestry, we're just Southern folks. So Christian Southern folks. But when I see
Mhm.
Black people who are entrenched, in other, like, this spirituality period, I am all the way there and intrigued. Voodoo
Oh,
priestess.
voodoo
Ooh,
priestess.
was
I
she a
didn't want to.
voodoo priestess? She probably was, Allegra. She probably was. I was there for it all. So when I thought about Aunt Rose, I'm sure she believes in God, but does she believe in Jesus Christ? Like, I don't know. That's a question. But she believes that she gets help from the ancestors, and you can trust her. She's known locally. Creole, okay, Creole. I'll take
Yeah.
Creole. But I think Allegra is right. A voodoo priestess. I think that, while I don't think Aunt Rose is a voodoo priestess, but I think what voodoo priestess, I don't dismiss their work or their beliefs. I think there's something to it. In fact, I would be interested in learning more about it, because I don't want to go left on this conversation. I just feel like there was some truth and power to her practices. So that is where Aunt Rose comes about. So I don't know what he was sick with. And I don't know how Aunt Rose healed him, because I'm not into medicine, like natural medicines and
Yeah,
the
somebody said
spirits like that.
holistic specialist. I think it was a little deeper than holistic. Um, oh, y'all talking about a witch? No,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, I think it was. Somebody said Sears. I'm not. Y'all on one.
That's Megan. Hey, Megan.
What's a Sears?
Oh, a
Excuse
seer.
my
Is that
ignorance.
a seer? Is that a seer, like prophetically seer?
Oh, Sears. That
Yeah,
what you trying to say? Sear.
I'm
Oh, okay.
thinking I could be wrong, but I don't think any of them are wrong. But I think what Josh is
Mhm.
saying is it was more spiritual than holistic. Like it could be holistic, but that spiritual element comes into it. Like she talks to the ancestors. Like she still practices those old rituals, and and that was passed down. She still has that. So I'm not versed in that. That's why I was very very kind of like not bland with it, but just it was a touch and go for me, because I don't have education in that. But that to me is what Aunt Rose does.
I don't know if Jazz really trusted it. He trusted it, but then he still had his skepticism behind it.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
just knew he did not want
He
his
went with it.
boy.
He rolled with it. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
because
he
what
did,
other choices did he have?
right.
Because he even paid for it. Finally, paid for him to see a specialist, and Juggie needed Josh Renee, because he needed a woman that he could trust to say, you need to, like Josh Renee said, you keep going to these urgent care facilities and you don't have you know c- continuity of care. You're just treating like certain symptoms, and they don't really know what's going on. You need to see a specialist. And Juggie was all over the place, so Juggie really didn't take care of himself. So Aunt Rose may not have had a particular diagnosis. She just probably knew the different things that were wrong. I don't know. I'm not into I would love to know more about that, but that is where it came from. That's that Netflix special, and I was like all for it.
Well, I
Black
mean,
people
they
are
did what
powerful.
they needed to do. Even he said,
Yes.
I don't know what the hell this is. They rubbing on me, but it stink, but I can
And
breathe.
it works, yeah. He said
Yeah.
this may not make no sense, but it's still heavy here, but it feel better. It worked.
Mhm.
And did Jazz believe it was gonna work? He didn't know. He was just exhausted thinking he was gonna lose his friend. But I'm with Megan. I'm happy that he
I don't.
entertained.
Megan asked this question, but I don't think it's one of the questions on here. Um, are we going to talk about the phone call that Jazz didn't end?
You want to? Sure, let's talk about it.
What
Send
you
her a
want to
link.
know, girl? What you want to know?
Send her a link. We'll send her a link, Josh. And then when she comes in, we'll circle back to the question.
Megan, do you want to come in? I don't know if let's see. I need her. I'm not friends with Megan.
Uh-oh.
So
Megan can't send us yeah, because Megan's on Megan is on, everyone is on YouTube. Okay.
yeah, but when you click invite, it gives you options. So I don't know if I think you could send a private chat too. Is she on your friends list, love?
Well, I'm in StreamYard.
I know, but it'll link you to it to your friends
Oh,
list.
to Facebook. I
Mhm.
know Megan and I are connected, I think on Twitter
Oh,
and
okay.
on IG. Megan, are we friends on Facebook?
Okay, so I tell you what, Megan, if you want to come in, I'm getting ready to put she she's
Oh,
all
we
fixing
can
to
do a
put.
private you can do a private chat with anyone in the studio. You see that on the right, Josh?
Yes. So
Can you
let me see.
initiate contact with her there?
Yeah, let me see if she's. Let me see. Let me copy it and then see if. Um,
Oh, hey Martha. I didn't know you were in here.
doo, doo, doo.
Dawn says Erica Dallas. Oh no, she's talking to Erica. So Dallas. Oh, Dallas at Shearer played just as many games. I think, yeah. I think Shearer wasn't innocent either. I don't. I just think Shearer couldn't fight and Jazz could.
No,
That's,
but see, private chat.
oh, Racky said Juggie had pneumococcal pneumonia, pneumococcal pneumonia. That could be true.
Um,
Hey,
Megan, do
Martha.
you want to join us or you're good?
Did you send it to her, Joss?
No, because when it says private chat, when I click it, it says chat with everyone in the studio.
Okay. Well, oh dang, Joss. Can you text me the link and I can put it in here? Because I think I can. Oh no, don't worry about it. Because it said exactly what you said. Chat with everyone in the studio. Okay,
Right.
never mind. Well, Joss, excuse me.
She said
Send it
she's
to me.
good. Megan said
Okay.
she's good.
Oh, okay. Because I would love to get because I could have DM'd her the link if you would
Mm-hmm.
send it to me. All right. Well, I mean, yeah, let's talk about it. I think it would be more colorful if you came on here to talk about it, though, Megan. Are you sure you don't want to? Because I can have Josh text it to me and I can DM you. So let us know. Josh, get working on the next question, and Megan will let us know. We
Okay,
can get you
so
up here, Megan.
um, they want to know, did Shishi and her aunt move in with Jazz at his late
Yeah,
house?
yeah, I'm sure they did. When I saw that question, I was like, yeah, I'm almost positive. I don't think, um, what's her name? Not Iris. What's her name? Tina. What's her name? It's not Inga. Inez. Inez is her name. I don't think Inez is leaving the Shara anytime soon. Like I don't see that. I think she's like a part of her package, just like she is now. And apparently, thank you, Lanita. And apparently, oh, that's my girl Candy, Miss Tough. Yeah, I think Inez is a part of Ashira's package just as much as her daughter is and her sister is. So yeah.
Um,
Send the link. Okay, so Josh, text me the
yeah,
link.
I'm multitasking, trying to do that,
I'm
and
sorry.
no, you're fine. So, love, it's gonna come to. Uh,
Oh, you can't text me?
no, not with the no. I was trying to through Messenger on my. I don't have my Messenger linked up on here because it was
Oh.
crazy. Oh
But
wait,
you're on an Apple. Are you on a Mac?
yeah.
You can airdrop it to your just copy it on your Mac and then paste it into the text thread to me on your phone. It's a Bluetooth. It's like a Bluetooth. You understand what I'm saying? Oh,
Yes.
oh, okay. I'm talking to you like you just got your machine. So I'm sorry. You because your expression, Jocelyn. The thing is, you're thinking about something else. That's probably why your face was fixed the way it was.
No, wait, because I'm like, wait a minute. Okay,
So Tiffany
so
wants to know what made she now want to have a baby. I got whiplash. Yeah, because she grew up. She grew up. I think she was growing into her womanhood. And I think just like Peach prophesied to her at the baby shower, this is going to be the start of you understanding your role and understanding family and community and village building and stuff like that. I think she just arrived from the top of the book at a point where she wanted something more settled, something more traditional. She wanted to expand her family, but she just needed to get her feelings about okay, I got it. Okay, I'm coming, Megan. Her feelings regarding Jazz sorted out so that she can get there. All right, Megan. Now I gotta find you in a DM. Megan D. Oh, here you go. She's here already. Here you go, Megan. I just sent it. Yeah. So I think I hope I answered your question, but yeah, that's why she suddenly wanted a baby.
y'all want to hate Jazz so freaking bad.
I wonder if Jazz purposely didn't disconnect.
No, I don't
Oh
believe
no, I
that.
don't think
I don't
so.
believe that. Like,
No.
y'all, this okay, this is what's hard for me, and I don't mean to offend anybody. So maybe I should. But when we have he was trying to walk in his Christianity, so he does have some good character qualities about him. Does everything he don't laugh at me, Tina. Because I want to say it correctly without offending anybody. I can only speak for me because of my Christian walk. Now, let me just say this because you piss me off, I'll cuss you out. But that's between me and the Lord. It don't have nothing to do with what you see. It's between me and the Lord. So that's how I feel about Jazz. He was trying. You know how sometimes people are baby Christians and seasoned Christians give them no grace? Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
No grace, no mercy. Like you hit the ground running and you better do everything right,
Mm-hmm.
or I see no good in you at all. That's
Mm-hmm.
how I feel like some of y'all felt about him. Like
Like he was supposed to make a good decision every time during his walk because he had a
every
conscience. And that's
every
not the way it works. We're human beings. And when you think about his past, his sordid past, he's fighting against that. That man ain't perfect. He made mistakes, but I don't think if he was a bad guy, who was that? Drea, Sandra, I'm saying her name wrong. Mrs. White. Um Sandra Yvonne. If he was a malicious man, I wouldn't have taken him on. All
I'm gonna
right.
move on. While we waiting on
I'm waiting her. Not sure where to go next. Okay, she has the link. Wait a minute. She sent me a screenshot. Um. Uh-oh. She oh, she's saying it's okay if she's taking it too long. She, all right,
no.
let me send it. Let me send it to Jazz. We're just gonna ask another question. I think even if we close
Okay.
on your question, Megan, even if we close on your question, we're just gonna try to get you in here. So I'm gonna send it over to Jazz to see if she can advise. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. This is what she's seeing, Jazz. I just sent it over to you. Glenda is here. I was wondering where was Glenda?
The next question was why didn't they get together until the end?
And well, we had a lot to cover with them. I think their wills were that heavy that if they would have gotten together sooner than they did, it wouldn't have been a plausible story. And I stand on that. Like there was just so much to do, so much to uncover, and we're jumping almost 4 years ahead. There was so much and this was a real challenge for me because I've never done that before. But I had to stay true to where they would be emotionally that would make it plausible to me and then to you. So I honestly could have written more. I could have gotten another book out of them. Not a full book. I could have gotten another half a book out of them, but I couldn't do that because behind the scenes I had to move on. But I could have definitely written more with them because they gave me that much color. So I do understand as a reader myself, I don't like when you wait to the end of the book for them to get together. I want to see what they're like functioning as a flourishing couple. I do. But this is what I did the best I could with them and to keep it realistic.
I'm not sure. It's like she's because when she comes in, it should have said she should have seen
Megan, go out and come back in. Try that. See if it'll give you something else.
yeah. Um
I'm gonna send you another link, Megan. I'm gonna send you a link from my side. Let me see if I goofed on Joss's link. Okay. What's the next question, Joss?
um are they going to stay together forever? Absolutely.
That's the plan. That's why I take them on. Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
Heck
You're gonna
yeah.
see them probably in other books, and you're gonna be like, "Yay!" I'm gonna tell you
Yep.
the first time, and I know we said we were not gonna do this, but the first time I saw Asmir in another book, I was so excited. Like I was all in Love's inbox, like,
Aw.
"Oh my god, my Asmir is in another book." That's so
Uh-huh.
you're gonna see him.
Yeah, well, so actually, I just wrote Shishi into this current project, which I think it'll be interesting for us because it was interesting for me to see what people who don't know her thinks of her miniature celebrity. So I think that's pretty cool. I honestly, I'm probably finishing up on a dialogue for that right now.
So let me jump back to a Josie question when she um thought she was going to give the video to spilling the hot tea. What did she really think that was going to happen? She thought she was um
Tori McNabb.
but yeah, like
Yeah. She was
what
just angry. I can imagine her feeling stupid, feeling angry because her thing was, I believe this man. Like, Jazz ain't he's not like Juggie. He don't know how to finesse women. He says what he means and he means what he says. And clearly he's a successful man. He has these business ventures and everything like that. She believed him. And that's the dangerous thing about getting involved and trusting a man that has such a detailed and lengthy history with the woman. That's a red flag. You got to go the other way. So I think in her anger, she went to Lex and was like, I'm gonna put him on blast. I'm gonna do this because they played me. I can see her. She smiled all up in my face. She didn't make me feel like there was anything between them. And she was just hysterical about it. And thankfully, Pastor and First Lady have enough influence over her to tell her to chill. But I don't know what damage was going to be done. Shira's not, popular to the world.
Mm-hmm. Um, I don't know how I really felt about Josie, to be honest with you, because just subtle things like, oh, my car broke down. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Girl, you're gonna do what most single women do. You're gonna figure it out. Not what you crying to him for. He's not your man, but he did what some men might.
Jocelyn, you're sounding like Josh Renee from the Prism series. Because she. That's what you sounding like.
All right, I'm gonna move on.
Because I don't think she was using him. I really don't. I think she was just that was just her. Like you, I would have had a little more pride, but I don't think she saw that coming at all.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Allegra said Josie would have met Sin if she would have sent that to spill in that hot tea. Allegra is crazy.
She said she ain't like her ass. She ain't like her. And I can hear Allegra clear as day.
Mm-hmm.
All the way. Okay, so the next one is why didn't you give us the story behind Celestine's abandonment of Ashira? We never really understood what her beef is with Ashira, especially after she forgives her husband and moves back home. We did in book 2, right?
I'm sorry, I was reading something from Megan. Can you give me the second part of that question again?
We never really understood what her beef is with Ashira, especially after she forgives her husband and moves back in. But we do when they go in book 2, when they go to the Della, right?
To Della.
Well, I don't know if it was when they go to Della, but ultimately she was mad with Ashira because
yeah, in book 2 when they went to Della, yes.
when
they went down. Yeah.
Ashira chose to stay with her dad instead of going and leaving with her, right?
Her mother, yeah, and her mother was just Celestine was just foolishly in her anger and resentment to the point of, I grew up with that type of toxicity. So it's not, you don't understand it. It doesn't make sense, but it is how people move. She was so upset. Her anger was so misplaced for the person it was for, which was Noelle, that she cut her daughter out, feeling her daughter chose her father over her, when that's not the case. Her father stayed at home with her, in a place where she was accustomed to. Her mother was the one who left. Her mother changed stuff up. Noelle didn't really. So I did not. I thought I gave the gist of the story in book 2, like Josh is saying, but I certainly did not care and didn't have the time to either. If I had done a 4th book, then I definitely would have dove into that. But I definitely didn't care if they reconciled or not. Just like with Ezra and his father. Right. I didn't care if they ever reconciled or not. There was someone else.
She chose Noelle and her aunt. Yep. That was basically that's the crust of it. She was pissed off at that, and then she was pissed off her husband the same thing that her father had done. And didn't know how to, and took out on the wrong people. In my opinion. It's just my opinion.
So she did the same thing. There was a pathology there.
Wait a minute. No, I can't get in my phone. Okay.
This is so weird that Megan can't get in.
I know, because mine was able to get in from the link.
Real quick, yeah. Megan, I just asked if you tried the second link because I sent you a second link. The first link is what Josh sent me. The second link is what I was able. Okay, you saw it. All right.
Let's see. I'm not ignoring y'all questions. We're doing 2 things at one time. Why? Let's see. Why didn't you
doing 3 things at one time?
Right.
That's so weird.
Didn't okay, so number 12. Was Ashira your most stubborn client to write about?
Like, no, they all are stubborn. I don't think so. I think this is where I disconnect from some of my sister readers because you were dealing. Okay, so if I just wrote a romance where boy meets girl, girl and boy falls in love with no type of tension, with no type of middle road, like nothing, like would that be very entertaining? I think they are who they are. And I've gotten a reputation of writing passive women. I don't think that's true. I think people are, they have different degrees of being culpable, being vulnerable, being passive, being alpha. I think they have different degrees, but Ashira, I even if I didn't agree with them all, I understood her points. The same with Jazz. It's this is what I do with every set of clients I've had. No, the most stubborn to write. I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
I think Ezra would have been the most stubborn, but
That's what I was thinking.
I
Like,
don't want no smoke with Ayana or
because I think there was just some things with Ezra. It was almost like a retard in him. Like he did not understand. He just didn't get. But he just didn't get. So I don't know. I don't know who's the most stubborn. I think they're all stubborn, which is which makes my job fun.
uh-huh. Um why did Ashira slap Jazz when she found out his name at the end of book 2? I was looking for answers in book 3 and we didn't get any. I feel like Ashira never acknowledged she made the decision to be with Jazz fully, knowing she didn't know his name, but she was angry with him. Why?
I think that's a good argument, but I think she slapped him because her thing is, I'm here almost towards the end of my pregnancy, and of all places, you're going to try to talk about marriage here. Like you've had countless opportunities to propose to me, and then your name just spills out very easily. But speaking of Ezra, just having that retard in him, I don't think Jazz understood he had plenty of opportunities to share his name. Someone even said it was easy for him to share his name because she was having his baby, so she wasn't going to go far. That could be true. That could honestly be true. But why would you wait until then? And I just think she was just angry. She was just like really, really angry, and it was just like mf really
Right.
now. So I think that's what it had to do. But towards the end of that conversation, I mean, excuse me, the end of that question, I understood the questioner's point.
Mm-hmm. Um, Ashira's version of motherhood is different than what I'm used to seeing, but I can totally see it being a version of motherhood in this day and age,
Mhm.
and to the extent Jazz supported her path. I mean, think about it. Like, do you think all the dancers that are out dancing and performing with artists don't have families at home?
And they can't bring their kids with that in that lifestyle, that
No,
arena.
they're not the top artists. And
Mhm.
even top artists find it difficult to travel with their they
Mhm.
make it work because they have the resources, but it's not always an easy thing.
It's not an easy pursuit at all.
No.
Yeah, and I think Megan, that's a good point. You know, nowadays women are trying to pursue to have it all, and that's how we open up the book with the share saying, "Shoot, why can't I have it all? Of course
Mhm.
I can." Not realizing that it's because of Jazz and the community they have around them that she's able to. You know, Jazz, ordering this used plane or jet so that he could accommodate her career, and that allows more accessibility to her for him and his daughter. So yeah, that's where we open and close because Ashira said, I can't have it all. So my question is, how long will Ashira continue that her traveling with her dance career?
Mm.
That's my question that I don't have an answer to.
Yaya said she was actually proud of Shishi for still pursuing her dreams after she had because having a baby doesn't disrupt the man's life or dreams. Why should it
Yeah,
hers have been?
that's a good argument. That is
And
a truly good argument. So speaking of that person who made that point, when Ezra goes and he does his speaking appointments away from home, who's keeping his daughters? Lex and Miss what's her
Raina,
name? Miss
Miss Raina.
Rima. Yep, Miss Rima.
Mhm.
When he's out preaching and ministering across the globe, I'm sure on occasion they'll take the girls, but his work he can move easier and faster without them. So
Right.
why can't Ashira do it?
I like how LB reversed the traditional roles of co-parenting. Jazz allowed Ashira to continue her dreams. Too often, men are allowed to work and leave their women at home to take care of the
Absolutely.
kids. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Very true.
There was I don't know where it was because there was a lot of conversations um on the whole series. That if I can remember correctly, they did not like when she was having her meltdown and didn't want to go, and he took her with him to, was it Miami?
Mhm. Mhm.
He
Mhm.
should not have. They felt he should not have done that.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, but when he came back and explained it to her as a single man, he had never seen her act like that before.
Mhm.
That had to
Mhm.
be
That was hard on him emotionally because I agree. I think it can go either way. It's just a matter
right.
of our opinion, and my opinion doesn't trump nobody's opinion. But I see it from her side. Her side is screw that. She's a kid. She'll get over it. I'm her mother. I need my time with her, and she needs her time with me. I'm all for that argument. I'm all for that stance from Ashira. But also with Jazz having this little girl and kind of feeling like there were times where it was just the two of them and having her respond to disconnect, like to leaving him in this way, that kind of rocked him to the core. So he was being protective. So I can understand that too. But I don't, that was a good, I feel like that was a good argument. So I'm
Mhm.
not, whatever we all interpret is what we interpret. Yeah.
Like I'm like you, I could see it on both ends. Like I've never seen um I don't know how I would act if my child, even grown, was flipping out like that. I don't know how I would,
Yeah.
what mother instinct we would automatically say, no, you ain't going.
Yeah. You stay
On
here.
on a mother's side.
Mhm.
So to on the flip side, playing devil's advocate, why was it any different for him?
Absolutely. Then we just get finished talking about the reverse roles of parenting.
Right.
Yep. So it's the
Because
same.
as
Yeah.
as a mom, you're gonna go into straight protective mode of, well, no, I'm not doing it. I can't even imagine watching my child freak
Hmm.
like that.
Hmm. Yep.
Um, let's see. But I see the point. She and she didn't have a good relationship. Okay, so love, what made you do that?
They
Call both
didn't
of them.
have a good relationship. I think the mother and daughter did have a good
No, no, no,
relationship.
no. I didn't finish reading this. I
Oh, oh,
flipped to
oh, oh,
I
okay.
flipped the names.
I'm
I
sorry.
went to the names before it left me. What made you do she and she?
Oh, that name play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know, because I'm corny, I guess. I knew her name by the end of book two. I was no, I
Okay.
was I was I was playing with some things, let's put it that way, but I just thought because I think Ashira being called and enjoying being called Shishi at her age is so childish, by the way. Because you notice I refer to her as Ashira. I don't call her no Shishi. But anyway, it's more appropriate for you to have a daughter named Siobhan and call her Shishi, but you're grown behind being called Shishi is just childish
Mm-hmm.
to me. But anyway, I just thought it was a play on her mother's name. And Jazz apparently agrees with me and the other half of me saying her name is Siobhan. I'm not doing the she thing. so, so I don't know.
Okay, so back to this one.
Mhm.
But I see the point. She and she didn't have a good relationship, but we are talking about a 2-year-old. She was detached, but my heart broke when she said, "Get out of the bed." That little girl.
Mhm. They did have a good relationship. I don't think they didn't have a good relationship. I think Ashira had in her daughter what Ashira put into her daughter. So if you don't like the fact that she's territorial or doesn't want to be with you or feel that there's a space that she occupies that you're not allowed in, then that's a symptom of you not spending, time with her, as much time with her as her dad. But I don't think they didn't get along. I think when she was with Ashira, she was fine.
And I could see in a 2-year-old's mind, I live with my daddy.
That's what she spent most of her time.
And when you come home, you pick me up and take me to your
Your
house. It's
place.
not our house. I get it. I get it. It's
So
not
I said, I get it. That is your house. And then when I'm with my daddy, that's our house. But that's
right.
the
I
way
mean,
she saw it.
that's the way she saw it in her
Yeah.
mind.
Mhm.
As a teacher, I hear kids say stuff all the time. You're like, and you be like, no, but you live across the street with your grandmama, your mama. No, but then I go to my mama's house. But you live at both. No, but I live over
Yeah.
here because this is where I spend most of my time. So I get it. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, of course, it stings. Like
It
poor
does
cousin
sting.
mom.
Yeah.
That
Mm-hmm.
hurts. Now I'm probably gonna catch major flack for this because we don't have any more questions. So now I'm just going off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably gonna catch major flack for this, but I don't care. I
Mm-mm.
don't care.
Mm-mm.
Um, when dang, and it left me that fast. See what happens when you get
See
older?
what happens? You let that Scorpio come out of you because I don't care. See that energy wiped out your memory.
I wasn't supposed to say it. Oh man.
Oh
It might come
gosh.
back. It might come back.
Megan said
Oh, when
Jazz
Jazz
is a
called her
deacon.
Blueberry. Yeah, I thought he was an excellent dad. I really
Yeah.
did. Um, oh, okay. So Paris, she really didn't understand why he didn't want to go back to Paris. And I'm not saying,
Mm-hmm.
please don't come for me. A woman's body is a woman's body, but they didn't actually have a conversation. It was a one-sided conversation before he got on the plane. That's my only drawback on that. I could see him like that's not gonna be a going back to Paris is not going to was not going to be a fun trip for him if they were supposed to be having
A
a
family
family
trip,
trip
right? Building good
together.
memories, new memories. Yeah.
Right.
I was
So
gonna actually have them revisit Paris together. I definitely had a storyline for that. I didn't have enough time. That's what I'm saying. I had storyline enough, at least for a novella from them, and I know. Uh, wait a minute. Now I got it. Taya. Is it Taya? Because it ain't Tia.
Ty,
Miss
yeah.
Knox. Taya. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Taya. Taya was saying a novella, but usually when I'm done, I'm not gonna. I've never revisited any. Clients. I don't have the time to. Um but I'm telling you, a novella Taya would have been appropriate for these two because I really did have quite a few scenes that I wanted to address, and one of them was going to be them revisiting Paris and trying to
Yes, Glenda. Go ahead, love.
change the narrative of what happened there. Let's talk about Peach. People don't
I don't
like.
understand how when people say they couldn't stand her, she was doing too much. And Ashira in her own right never bucked what Peach was telling her. She was going to her because I was like kind of going over book one, just kind of. I thought I was gonna have time to reread all of three, but I don't know what made me think that
Mm-hmm.
um before today. But even in the very beginning in book one, where she's like, "Talk to me, give me something," and she even said, "I certain things I listen to." Basically, the things I should listen to from Peach, I don't,
Mm.
and the other things I want her to tell me. I want her to tell me about my love life, but not necessarily about other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand why people hated her so much.
See, as you know, CCJ said that when she finished reading it, she said, "I don't know about that Peach. She's giving me bad vibes." No, Peach is just the voice of reason, and Peach knew. She didn't know Jazz, right? She knew
Mhm.
Cynthia. Was Cynthia had told her about Jazz, and she had met Jazz maybe once or twice, and he seemed to be really on his mission, with his walk with the Lord. She knew her dog. That's her best friend. She wasn't. She doesn't play in religion. She doesn't play in really spirituality much. She didn't see a future between those two, and she felt that she didn't either. She was just, it was her ego at play because she thought Cynthia was dry, and I understood where Peach was coming from. Like,
I did too.
you're not noble in this, you're not earnest in this, like, don't do that. Don't These two people, maybe they don't need to be together, but you don't need to be the person that's going to pull them apart. I think that's what it was. But I think Peach is in fact, Peach is she is a client of mine that I've had on the workbench for years. In fact, Love Unaccounted is I'm talking too much, but Love Unaccounted is when I met Peach, which is why I never named her because I don't know what her real name is. So instead of a preacher, they just called her Peach, but it's short for preacher. But yeah, I think that's all it was. I think Peach just didn't want her to
Hilarious,
be
crazy.
with female Ezra. I'm done. Did you catch that, Allegra? Female, yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, Yana. Yana saying she was afraid of Peach's judgment.
It could have been judgment or just admonishment. You know how your girl knows you, she calls you out, and usually you're open with her. You can tell her everything, but this is the one thing you can't. Why can't you tell her that? Because you ain't moving right. But because she was my client, I ensured that something good came out of her ego at play. So yeah,
Well, love, we are at, let's see, what time is it?
we still got 10 minutes.
Yes. So, what do you want to share overall on the entire series? When did they come to you? Let me ask you that first.
Um. Oh gosh, when did they come to me? Was I writing the Muted Hopelessness series, or was I writing Love's Encroachment? I've not known them for that long, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've not known Jazz or Shira. Nope. They're relatively new. So maybe towards the end of the Muted Hopelessness series, or during Love's Encroachment. Yeah. And
Oh,
my go ahead, Jess.
no, I was reading the comment. Go ahead. I think we answered this earlier. You may have to go back and watch it from the beginning. Um, Dara, I don't want to say your name wrong.
Dara
Dara.
DeVoe. I
Yeah.
love that name, Dara DeVoe.
You may have
Sorry. Yeah. So we definitely discussed it several
yeah,
times. So we're
yeah.
not being rude. It's just that you may some answers may be better than others, but we discussed that extensively. Lisa Marie holds that title. Yeah, Lisa Marie has a gift. She's a mini Ezra. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
Oh, when okay, two things. You brought Tori out of retirement, but we really didn't
Hmm.
see it, but we saw enough to know
Hmm.
don't play with Tori. She ain't no weak link.
Hmm. Hmm.
I you know what? I love the conversation when the men were just out in the back just talking. I mean, Sadiq
Hmm.
and Raj's friend. Yes,
Zebedee.
yes.
Hmm. Hmm.
And how Juggie and Man was just all in and
Acting like BITCH is talking about the
yeah,
music industry. I know guys like that. There's always got conversation about topics they don't know nothing about and so intrigued about it. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And it was something else. Wait, May had a question. I really wish we could have learned more about Ashir's decision to terminate her pregnancy that changed the trajectory of her relationship with Jazz. I believe that too. Um, but you didn't
I
really
don't
say,
know. I was
but
gonna say, well, what more could we have learned? Just the fact that she wasn't ready. How her career just got kicked off when she was pregnant with Siobhan. She was not trying to go through that all over again.
I
Like
was
she
gonna ask
was.
you, she might have been dealing with a little bit of postpartum. She was, a new baby, wasn't even walking, and
That's a
she
lot
was
to talk
gone.
about having another baby. Like she was blindsided by Siobhan, and her career was out of this world. She wasn't trying to do that again at that time. I think that was her right. I think I understood that, but y'all know me. I'm anti-kid. I'm not really. Oh, I'm pregnant. Oh, take me away. I'm not with that. I think that, and that's not just because I'm not with it doesn't mean that Shira, shouldn't be with it. Because that's her decision. But I think I understood that because of that. She was blindsided. She was still trying to collect herself, even emotionally, because she was in love with Jazz around that time. Her thing was, I just need my distance because I still haven't settled what you did, to me, and I'm working and I have my space from you. She was juggling a lot during that time, so I don't think we needed time to figure out why it wasn't a good time for her. It just simply wasn't.
Okay, so I'm gonna address this again. At least I know me and my crew, we never said that we disliked her or we hated her. That was the narrative that was put out by somebody else that I'm not even gonna, I'm gonna let that go. We never said that. So I'm not sure. It's like
Who's saying
because
that you did though, Josh?
huh?
Who said that you were anti-Shira?
They it has been said that we hate Shishi.
But
Me
in
and
that question, that wasn't that person didn't say that question about you and your crew. Because you
no,
said
but
that earlier.
because we know how they think it's us and it's not.
Okay, okay,
Trust
okay.
me, it's like nothing we say. If anything we say, it's like, oh, the Shishi haters, and it's like, where did that even come from? We've never said, and I'm like, I'm going back and watch every last video that we did because I don't ever recall saying that. I know I was like, he ain't owe her nothing. She ain't had no business. She
Mm-hmm.
ain't had no right to say, any of the other stuff. I was gonna put that up too, love. I like the relationship too.
But Glenda, she's partial because she's a New York girl.
Oh,
Her
Harlem,
and
Harlem.
Rhonda. I don't think she's from. I think are you from the Bronx, Linda? I don't think she's from Harlem. No. I don't know why I think she's from the Bronx, but she may not be. I don't even know where Rhonda lives, but yeah, they're New York girls. We
I
were
don't.
talking
I
about
mean, I know.
Project Sex. We were talking about Project Sex last week during the discussion.
I know, Sandra, you know her personally. I don't get that from Ayana that she's not. I don't think she's anti Shishi. I don't, but that's just my personal opinion. Where is she?
Oh, Megan said that tub scene. See, Megan needed to be on here. She wanted to talk about sex. I'm
Yeah.
all for it. Oh, Maya's back. Oh,
Yeah, she was handling some business.
yeah.
No one dislikes to share. The issue is they don't want to hold a share accountable. I think that was our that was you're right, Taya.
Mm.
That was us the most like y'all gotta hold her accountable for her actions just as much as you hold Jazz accountable for his actions. Everything well, yeah, you're right. That's I think that was where it all Tara said, "Amen." I don't know. Are you saying amen to that, Tara? And might come back with her foolishness. Ayana is anti she. And I don't know
I'm
what.
sorry. I'm going to interrupt you just real quick before this leaves my site. So, Erica Dallas, do you want to come in and talk about like, 'cause what do you guys want to talk about with because I'm all for it. Before we close, I mean, even if we go over, I don't care. But let's have some fun. But do you want the link? How are we gonna get you the link, right? If you're following me, tell me where you're following me on social media, and I will put it in there. Because Megan couldn't get in,
Right. And let's see.
but Maisha was able to get in. So
Because
whoever
my has been into group in them
before,
before.
so
I
she's
don't
familiar with
know.
it. Yeah,
I don't know. Um
Erica, where type in here on YouTube where you follow me, and
because we can
then
also send it to your email if you um that is so not true, mine. We gonna
oh, you don't have to show your face. You see, I'm not showing my face, Erica. But if you don't want to do it, that's fine too. But anyone, I'm just so upset because Megan, we can't get her in. But if you guys wanted to discuss that, yeah, I know I like that.
Megan, if she still wants to, Megan, I'm gonna put here. I'm gonna put in
We need that discussion. What a second, Megan. Peach didn't hook Jazz up with Josie though. Oh, you don't think she did? You don't think she aided in it? Okay, that's interesting.
oh, it went straight to you, love. It didn't go. That went straight to you, didn't it?
Um, yeah, it did. Mm-hmm.
But I see it. Uh,
Yes.
so
Well, everyone can see it, right? So
Megan, email me directly, and then I can email it back to you and see if that works. If you still up to it, because I'll get it, and then I can
they must be she haters. Maisha stays up. You hear me? She
do.
said Megan probably couldn't get in because whoever can't get in is because they're she haters. I can't with my mind.
But that wasn't coming from us.
Why would I opt out for Josie finding out that way, Megan? Is that what you're asking? If that's what you're asking, is because I thought that was like so scandalous. And I think she did screen record it, but she couldn't see anything. So you can only, there was only audio on it. And Jazz so distracted. I don't know. I can't tell you. But yeah, I thought
I
that was
don't
crazy.
whoever A is, I don't want to put it in the chat because I don't want everybody trying to get in.
Is that Adrian?
I don't know. She never said if that was Adrian or not.
Because if that's AG, hit me up. I can give you the link. AG, if that's AG can text me. A, who are you? Reveal yourself, A.
Well, you said, who are you?
You think Zakia just texted me. She's in here. I don't know where she is. Oh, Kamisha's in here. Hi, love and Jazz.
Hey,
I'm all like,
Kamisha.
hey. Zakia's asking, you think Peach aided in hooking them up? Oh, Peach. I'm sorry. See, here I go, messing up names again. No, Peach did not aid in it. Lex aided in it. I thought someone said that Peach was not responsible. Maybe they said, okay. Thanks, Zakia. I know Zakia knows that
Okay.
I'm half-minded.
All right, Megan, give me 1 second.
She said AG. Megan said AG, please join if it's the same. Yeah, that's who we think it is, but I don't think it's her because she hasn't texted me.
Right.
Rhonda is asking, was Josie's past profession one of the reasons for Jazz's inability to see a future with her? I didn't think so, but I'm asking for a friend. I think
I think
that
so.
played in a small part of it, but I think initially that wasn't what he wanted in her, right? But if he was really going to consider her, I think that would have been an issue for him. I do.
Right. I think so because the way he was like, whoa.
Yeah, and I think the reason, but he let her roll over his back, and I think he
Right.
did was because it was just like he just thought she was a good person, like he just liked her vibes. But I think if the time would have come and he and Cher didn't get back together, and the time would have come, and Josie would have been like, "Look, here's the ultimatum." I think if he would have considered it, he probably would have dismissed her because of that. Even though he said he didn't judge her, because they would have been Jesus's best friends back in Jesus's days of ministry. Because he was the killer and she was the harlot. But I think that that's just not what he wanted in a wife, and I think he said that. Zakia, where are you? Comment something, because who are you? Find out you got an
See it here,
alias here.
incognito.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see it. You're welcome. Oh, okay, well, thank you. Okay.
All right, Megan, I just sent that through email. See if you can and when you click it. Oh, I'm just not seeing Zakia. She just get
I didn't
here?
see it either. I No, she's been here for a while. I think when I made that comment that when she corrected me, she said, "You're welcome." That's when I finally saw her. So, Mai says Jazz and Josie knew how to finesse men because she was an escort. I just think she thought she hit a lick. Yeah, I think she thought she hit a lick, but not in a malicious way, not in a hustler's way. I think Josie was, she gave her life over to the Lord and she wanted the full pie, which was a husband, and she thought Jazz could be that suitable person.
Yeah, I
And
don't know, love. I still got some
I know,
the way she
a
just
Cher's friend. Okay, yeah, we know.
I'm not. I just like some of the things that she said, the way she was. Oh, I wish I was on a trip with my. But you see what I'm dealing with. Oh, girl, go. You chose that man. There she is.
Oh, Megan is here. Hey,
Hello. Hi.
Megan. Hey. So let's talk about it. What about it?
I think. Hello.
Hi. Oh, don't get nervous.
I have to say, I love
Oh,
your
thank
work.
you. Thank you. Where are you from, Megan?
I'm from Cape Town, South Africa.
South Africa. Yeah, so you're from South Africa.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So am I pronouncing your name correctly as Megan or is it Megan?
It's Megan.
How did I know that? Look at me. All right. So let's talk about it. You said let's talk about first. You said let's talk about the on a yacht when he thought the call with Josie was disconnected. So specifically, what do you want to ask about that scene?
I think this is not the first time we've seen in your work where um, the main couple's being watched, or
Mm,
someone is viewing them in the act. And I was thinking, why? Because it's a very harsh way for them to find out. And Josie was kind of
mhm,
into Jazz that way.
mhm,
And then I don't think his reaction was as apologetic as it could have been when it
mm, mhm,
happened. So
mhm.
I'm like, why that way? Why deliver it in that way? I'm glad she knows. She knows up front. And I love her reaction when she calls Lex up and
Yeah.
she gets all upset. But why that way?
I I don't know, but you know what? You just said something that just conjured a thought. We did see this before, Megan. We saw
And
this
Divine.
in Lip with Tara.
Yeah, but see,
Yes.
she crept back in. That wasn't like
Okay, but
mistake.
Jocelyn,
It also happened.
Yeah,
but
she had
Jocelyn,
no business.
Josie could have hung up.
She could have. She could. Well, hell, if my man, like, wait, am I hearing what I think I'm hearing? Wait,
Oh, that's okay. That's a good point too. That's a
But
good
but
point.
didn't Tanya do it as well? She walked in on them in the movie theater.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
she could have sat
Sadiq.
her hips on out the door too. I ain't a Tiffany fan either.
Yeah, I forgot about that, Megan. Yes, it's true. So
But the
let me think.
difference,
Go
can
ahead.
I
The
say this? The
difference?
difference
Yes.
is Megan is those were somewhat nemesis
Mm-hmm.
of the female characters. Josie wasn't a nemesis, in my opinion. She was somebody that Jazz was seeing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's true. That's
Mm,
a
So
good point. Mm-hmm.
that's
I
for
think
me. It's a little different because Tara had no business sashaying her ass back up in there and creeping back down the hallway and stood there and watched.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany, what the hell you doing at the movie theater? He on a date with his wife,
Mm-hmm. Just got back into town. I forgot all about that. I
right?
like that though, Megan. I like that. I think that's revealing about my little nasty behind. Because I like that. You
I think if it was
watched.
Tara that actually was on the phone, she would have actually put it out into the universe.
If
If it
who?
was Tara. Who's Tara? Tara,
Yeah.
Tara, Tara, Tara,
Tara,
Tara.
of
Oh,
course.
from Lip.
Divine
Yes.
X.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. She would have done
Yeah,
that.
she would
She would
have.
have definitely done that.
Been
Yeah. That
spiteful.
bitter ex. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I think just to hear or to open up our minds to what would it be like if someone who knew one or the other, in this case it was, Jazz's lover, what if she viewed or could get a sense of the passion he delivered to the love of his life? I think that's where I was coming from. Like what is that like?
Because she
I think
wasn't.
you would have seen a scene like Precious. She would have maybe had a panic attack. Like if she was properly viewing their love,
Oh,
she would have
Yeah.
been like Precious with
But then
Ezra.
because she was a former escort, maybe that wouldn't have freaked her out as much as someone like that child. What's her name?
We
precious.
don't need to say her name.
Precious. Yeah, right. That's how bad my memory is. But yeah, I actually would like to write a point of view from the other person because I want them to see what that looks like. What does it look like when you see this man who is physically trying to please this woman, trying to meet her on that level? Now y'all gonna have that in my head. Yeah.
Yes, I want to see that scene because I think
Yeah.
that Josie kind of turns and the ugly comes out.
Mm-hmm.
She,
Mm-hmm.
they,
That's exactly how I felt that her ugly. We saw a bit. She's such a cool, cucumber and da 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 da. But when she saw that, well, not even a video. When she saw that, when Jazz broke it off with her, that's when we saw her ugly. You got that right. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much for this. I love this.
All
I wish
right.
I want to go back to having this for muted hopelessness because I feel like I need a support group for that one. I'm still not over it. It's been
Uh,
2 years.
maybe we should
Oh,
do that,
you
Jazz.
need to join. You need to join BSB. We have taken a
Megan is probably already in there. Are you already in there, Megan?
I think I am, but the problem is if you guys have it
She
later on
wants
this
us to
side of the
do.
world, you need to
She
do it
oh
wants
like
us
1
to
o'clock
do
your
it
time.
this way.
this
Oh,
way.
1 o'clock. 1 o'clock our time, you said? What time is
Yeah,
it
because
over there now, Megan?
it's now 20 to 10 in the evening.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
love your
Yeah.
work. I do. I would love to
I
join, but
know
I
because
can't always stay
you
up that late.
okay, yeah, because you're so okay. No, we need to keep that in mind. I really need to do more. I'm trying to test this out. I really would not mind because BSB does it for me and Josh facilitates it. They keep these conversations going like this, and I need to be out there more to and join in on the conversations. I'm also the author. If you guys haven't noticed that, I let you guys. I don't argue with you guys about how you feel about the clients or the characters. I can only tell you what was in my mind when I wrote them. Right. So I don't get involved in stuff like that. That's why I don't go into groups and stuff like that because it's up to your interpretation at this point. It's been published, but I don't mind sitting in on conversations like this, and I think I should do it more often. I think we
Yeah,
should
I
host
mean,
more
we
often.
normally do them during the week, and we are going through your catalog slowly.
Oh yeah.
We try to do lit. um, in one session, and it didn't work, and we just haven't had a chance to get back around. But we said we were gonna we were gonna go through every last one and have a
You
conversation
did say that. Yeah.
on all of them. And then, with the holidays and stuff. So hopefully we'll pick back up and
And that's what
continue
Megan is saying, though, because those usually happen during the evening. And Josh
doing.
knows
Yeah,
I'm a daytime person, but it's hard because like Josh has to be at work during the day, so it's hard. So we're working it out, trying to find a
yeah.
happy
We're
medium
working out if we
because
could do it
this
on
is
the
definitely more my
weekend.
speed. Because you guys get
Yeah.
me at night and I'm drinking and I'm just it's not a good look. It's not.
We have to tell everybody that.
But it's the truth. Josh has hurt me when I get to going. But thank you so much, Megan. I'm glad I got a chance to hear your lovely voice.
Thank
I've
you
seen your
and good
gorgeous
luck.
Thank
face.
you for jumping on. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
All right. Well,
Glad
we'll
I
be
finally
in
came right.
touch.
Good luck, and I'll chat to
All
you
right.
soon. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Yeah, is that so? That's not A, because here's A again talking about some yes, love you should. So that's not AG.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Uh-oh. Um, okay. So anything else we should discuss before we end this? I'm not rushing, but I am gonna I think I'm gonna be I'm gonna be putting up my Christmas stuff. Start putting up my Christmas decor. Josh, when are you guys putting up your Christmas stuff? Why are
Okay,
you laughing?
because when was Indie Love? Back in June,
Mhm.
and
You had this stuff out and you never put it in, so it's still there. So you guys don't have to do anything but just put it up, right?
no, you're not understanding.
It was still up.
All the stuff that we brought back from
New Orleans.
Indie Love, the containers and
Yeah.
everything, just kind of got dropped in the living
Oh,
room.
you got to put that away first.
And so, yeah, that stuff is still.
I forgot you told me that.
But this is so heavy. The stuff is. I gotta. Yeah, that was what I was supposed to do this week, but that ain't happened.
Oh, okay.
I've been working on some other stuff, so that didn't happen.
I know you've been busy. my mind said we didn't answer all her questions, that we skipped them in here. And Martha wants to know, and that was a question someone did ask, and that I forgot to put up here, Josh, for you. What is next in the LBU? So I started a new project, and it's intended to be a short project, which means nothing to you guys, but you guys can appreciate more than readers who are familiar with other authors. But this won't be a novella. Okay, how can I say this? So the promise, I can do it this way. The promise that we just published, I'm gonna give you excuse me, an idea. I think that was 140,000 words. Don't quote me on that. I'm waiting for it to come up. Okay, while that's loading, let me just explain. What I'm working on is going to be around 90,000 words, right? And I'm just trying to give you an idea of, yep. So the promise that you guys just read was 139,000. It was over 139,000 words, right? So my next project will be around 90,000 words. So it'll be shorter, but it won't be extremely shorter. And I will say, because people have been asking this and I didn't answer it, but I told Lashira. You guys know Lashira is my literary agent, and I had to tell her what I'm working on next. But it is going to be a second chance at love, and I'm really proud of it. It's a mature topic, but the clients are not that mature in age, but a very, very, very mature. A lot of drama. I don't know why I open myself up to so many difficult details of a story, but I'm really enjoying them. And the scene that I need to finish and close, they were talking about Shishi, so we'll be able to see what people thought. People who follow Shishi, we were able to see what they think of her, what their purview of her life is like.
Maisha is going on and on and on, and it wasn't intentional. Maisha, we had a couple of spammers in here. We were trying to get out, so I did miss quite a few questions. And we are over 46. Well, no, 30.
Yeah.
If you want to answer this last question, well, All
She
right, my.
said about the parents, she said, I never really read about two horrible parents. Yeah, we discussed that, mine. We discussed that.
It
So
might have
like
been when you had popped out.
yeah, when you popped out. So we did not discuss Jazz's mental health issues. We touched on it. We really didn't. What do you want to know about it, Mai? What about it specifically? He was diagnosed with that while under the custody of the federal department. What I forget what they're called, BDP or B whatever, the bureau or whatever. But what about it? I shouldn't be asking you this question of all people, because God only knows.
And then my, you gotta remember, we talking next week. Although Love won't be there, you gonna have. I swear I'm gonna be just the moderator. I'm not gonna say much. Because I already told them.
I may be there. I may be
Okay.
there.
Okay. It's next Saturday. But
Oh, it's next Saturday, right? You did
here
tell
she
me.
go. He was the worst. My,
Okay,
this
all
is
right,
gonna
Ma.
make
I
me
gotta
click
go,
out.
Ma.
That's
I gotta go.
Yeah, that's what's gonna make me click out. And I done already told Ayana and Allegra, I said, I don't know. I might need to be in the background because I might click out and I don't want to click out. I
I
don't.
know.
I do not want to click out.
Calm but a quiet storm. Anxious. Lakeisha, am I gonna do a revisit Jackson and Elle again? I actually had a storyline to do like a novella about them, but I just like I said to Taya, I don't have time. I'm never inspired to go back and revisit. And that's because I'm always inspired by the next news story. But that was the one couple I was going to revisit, like for a novella. And a lot of their storyline happened like in I think Love and Rhythm and Blues when they got married, like their wedding and stuff like that. Like so a lot of their storylines have been played out in subsequent projects. So no, I seriously doubt it. Who told you to take a few sips of malt? Oh,
Can
I'm
you tell I
done.
be in my mode?
Yes, yes.
So today, this is what I always do. So today's show was brought to you by
Sponsored by Mom.
sponsored by.
Yes, my bottle is not that big. I'm jealous.
Okay, so
I know you had to make that one for me. Like I know that, but I'm jealous.
no, all of the ones I made for the book club and everything that I gave were the
Was
size
my
that you
size.
had.
Okay, okay.
I made this one for either Prism. It was a book we were talking about. It might have been the first book that I made
Mercy?
this one. Yeah, it might have been
Mercy?
Mercy that I made this one for.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
made this for a
Dana, that's a
reason.
huge bottle. I want that. I'm jealous.
Okay. I'll have it for you. I'll have you a bottle like this. I don't know how you're gonna get it back.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Does it ship to South Africa?
Who is that, Megan?
No, girl, I don't want to get in trouble shipping stuff because I don't know how I shipped that other one to you.
Well, you can ship liquid. You probably have to pay a little more.
I probably tell them wasn't no liquid in it because it was a bunch of
Yeah,
stuff in
I
that
know,
box
I
that I
know.
sent you. So,
Yeah. But
are
you
you
gotta
want me?
think, we're ship liquid all the time. So it's a way to do it. Just Tola says this was really good, minus those spammers. Yeah, I don't know what we can do about those.
Yeah.
Um,
Only thing I can say is when we do it on Facebook, we don't for some reason we don't get that because it's more private.
yeah. And I
And
did want it out here
yeah.
on YouTube so that I can have content on my page so that people who are connecting with it, who are not on top of my schedule like you guys are, like you guys
Mhm.
will read when I put it out. People who have not heard of me yet or not this series, and they want to live in that space more. I wanted to have this here, which is why I said to Josh I should do this more often. So, but I just want to say thank you guys for showing. I think we were over 90 at one point, Jocelyn.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
thank you guys for showing up for me yet once again. If you have not, please leave an honest Amazon review or wherever you purchased it from and copy and paste it into Goodreads. I don't mind if you're like Maisha who say I hate jazz. I don't mind that at all. I don't mind if you don't like a sharer. I just want you to be honest, right? And don't be mean. That's all I ask. Just don't be mean. But we need those reviews. And the who's in here, Miss Lee in here would agree with me because when she's talking on my behalf, it's one of the talking points she can give. You know, you can look at Love Belvin reviews to get an idea of what her support is like. So please keep that in mind. Okay, that's it. The
I'll
talking
see those of
queen.
you who are asking me to make y'all some mob. I have to talk to AD. Asmir, and we'll see what I can come up with. I'm gonna talk to my buddy and we'll see if I can work some things out for y'all.
Maybe he can get you the limited edition for you to send to us.
Maybe so. Maybe so. I gotta get in touch with my connects, y'all. Y'all know my connects street reach wide.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Love, for asking me to host this for
Thank you for hosting and sponsoring it too. I truly appreciate you. I really do.
I got in a little trouble. Was like, why you ain't tell us? But sometimes I have to be quiet.
Oh, well, I thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right, ladies. I never say goodbye because we know we're all connected. I'll say see you on the other side.
And join BSB. We will be chatting next Saturday. I think at 4. I think it's at 4:00. We're gonna get some flyers and some information out. But if you want to continue the conversation and hear them argue, because I'm gonna be in the background. Let Maya's gonna run the show.
Mm-hmm. She'll have her time. Mm-hmm.
Yes, definitely. All right, Love. You want to hit in? You want me to hit in?
You got it. I'll see you guys on the other side. Love you all.